For our read aloud, we're going to read Hello, Lighthouse. This book is all about a man who lives in this lighthouse and helps guide ships during storms and helps regulate ship travels. Has anyone ever seen a lighthouse? And does anyone know what lighthouses are for? Lighthouses are, like I just mentioned, to help ships as they pass through the waters, and they have a big light, and that light helps guide them. And sometimes when the weather gets really bad, the lighthouse is there for ships to see the light during a storm. Does anyone know what the word dusk means? The word dusk means it's almost nighttime. The word dawn means that it's just become morning and it's just become light outside. An island, which we're going to hear in the book, is a small piece of land that's surrounded by water. And a logbook, which we're going to read about in the book, is something that the man in the lighthouse puts down his information into. Okay, who's ready to read Hello, Lighthouse? Okay. On the highest rock of a tiny island at the edge of the world stands a lighthouse. It is built to last forever, sending its light out to sea, guiding the ships on their way. Has anyone ever seen a ship? Have you ever seen a ship in the water? I've seen one, and they're really big. From dusk to dawn, the lighthouse beams. That means that the light on the lighthouse shines really brightly over the water. Hello, 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 lighthouse. The new keeper arrives to replace the old, to carry on tending the light. He polishes the lens and refills the oil and trims the burned end of the wick. Throughout the night, he winds the clockwork that keeps the lamp in motion. During the day, he gives the round rooms a fresh coat of sea green paint. He writes in the logbook and threads his needle and listens to the gathering wind. Listening to the gathering wind means that the wind gets stronger and stronger around the lighthouse. So right here, we can see in the lighthouse, and we can see that it has the staircase and it goes up all the way to the top, and he lives in there. The new keeper arrives to replace the old, to carry on tending the light. He polishes the lens and refills the oil and trims the burned end of the wick. Throughout the night, he winds the clockwork that keeps the lamp in motion. During the day, he gives the round rooms a fresh coat of sea green paint. He writes in the logbook and threads his needle and listens to the gathering wind. Who remembers what the logbook is? Here he is, listening to the wind and writing in his logbook. The wind takes a deep breath and blows and blows. Hello, hello, hello. The keeper boils water and drinks his tea as he fishes for cod from the window. He sets the table and hums a tune and wishes for someone to talk to. Here he is, all lonely, and here he is, fishing for cod. Every few days he writes her a letter and throws it into the waves. He tends the light and writes in the logbook and waits for her reply. Has anyone ever seen the waves get really big and crashing? And who is he talking about when he says he writes her a letter? Does anyone know? The sky grows dark and the waves rise and crash. Hello, hello, hello. And look, here's the lighthouse, standing very strong and sturdy, even through the waves. The keeper looks through his telescope. The tender arrives, bringing oil and flour and pork and beans, and his wife. He shows her around the round rooms of their house. He tends the light and writes in the logbook and sets the table for two. Here he is, getting her off the ship, and here he is, happy that she's there to see him. Oh, here we go. The fog makes everything disappear. A bell must be rung to warn the ships. Clang, clang, clang. Has anyone ever seen fog? I remember one time when I was coming home from something at nighttime, and the fog was so thick that we could barely see the road, and it was kind of dangerous. Have you ever been in a storm like we saw in the book? Okay, that's it for this one.